everybody, it's Wallguy, and I'm here to tell you something that's really good news. It's finally happened. EA has released a patch for Medal of Honor Warfighter, and it seems to be a pretty hefty patch from what I'm seeing. As you notice right now, I'm playing one of the two new maps that are included with the patch and the Zero Dark 30 map pack. This map is called the Darra Gun Market. It's a pretty damn awesome map, as you'll see. And the other map is called Chitral Compound, and it's another night map to go with the Sarajevo Stadium, so it's a really cool map as well. I think it's one of the better maps I've seen in the game so far. You'll see that a little bit later probably, not in this video. So enjoy watching some of the new content here as I talk a little bit in more detail about just what has gone on with this new patch. First of all, holy crap, it's about damn time we have a patch for this game. Now, it's just been endless doom and gloom for this game since it came out, from review sites to the people playing the game, from yours truly. A lot of complaints about the game. Now, some people had more trouble than others depending on their hardware or their geographical location, but it can be generally agreed that the game had a lot of problems, even in its best face, and they needed to be addressed. And we've been talking about it for a long time, wondering when it was going to happen, and it's finally here. And thankfully, I'm here to tell you that the patch is pretty hefty. It seems like it's addressed a lot of issues, at least to some extent. Now, it isn't perfect, it hasn't fixed everything, but you can see that they definitely put in a lot of work. An earnest effort was put in to make this patch a good one. So let's, tear into it more specifically and talk about just what has changed in the new patch. First off, that no red outline glitch I was talking about that me and a number of people suffer from, where you can't use anti-aliasing if you're playing on ultra settings, or maybe even at all, I don't know, but you have to turn off normal anti-aliasing if you want to have the red and buddy outline system working. That problem is no more. It has been fixed. I can crank my graphics up all the way like I'm supposed to and play in happiness on my beast PC rig. Now, I could just be, having some kind of placebo effect, making it up a little bit, but it seems like the game overall runs a little bit smoother too. And I'm not talking frame rate wise. I always get a high frame rate. My computer is pretty damn powerful, max hardware, but the consistency in the frames and everything, it just seems smoother. There's less hitchiness to it. They may have gone in there and tweaked the way the engine runs a little bit to give us a little bit more smoothness. The user interface has been changed quite a bit. It's very different visually. Kind of looks like a bunch of big boxes separated into different categories. It may be easier to navigate, I don't know. I had gotten used to the old one, which admittedly was very clunky. So I don't know, people may like this. It's definitely a change. They put in an effort to make it easier for people, and they may have accomplished that. So look for that as a change. A negative that I've already noticed, unfortunately, is that the voice over IP system is still problematic. There is bleed through still. And I can't say for sure if it's been improved or not. I think it has. I played for about maybe an hour and a half and had an instance or two where maybe 10 seconds of bleed through happened. Other than that, though, it was silent and didn't give me any trouble. So if that's how it behaves going forward, then it's definitely a big improvement over how bad it was before. Just not fixed perfect, so that's disappointing, but what are you going to do? Another negative is that the collision detection system seems to be exactly the same, so they didn't really go in there and tweak that. However, I will say it seems like there's a lot less collision problems on the new maps, so maybe they were built and the collision zones were marked better, and there's less problems with that. I'll have to see as I play more, but so far it seems like the new maps have less collision problems, and you can hop over more objects than you could in the other maps. So maybe they're just built better. I'd like to see them go back and fix the other maps in the same way and let us hop over the objects we should, climb on little rocks, whatever. It's certainly possible. There's no reason they can't do that. Especially looking at how these new maps perform. Much better, I'd say. The server browser, it looks a little bit different now. I don't think it's gained any functionality really, except for one thing. It lists the pings now. in the server browser next to the 3 or 4 bars and all that stuff. So it's really nice to see the pings. I'm happy about that. But other than that, I'd like to see some useful filters added. You should be able to sort by ping, by name, by game mode type. You know, basically like most games have. There's very little functionality in the browser right now. And here's a really big positive. It's huge because it used to drive me absolutely insane. I'm talking about the spawn timer system. Look at me hop on all these rocks and go on this little weird quest. That's not something you would expect to be able to do in the old maps. But anyways, yeah, the spawn timer system used to just be crazy. It would like tick down and then like suddenly reset, and like suddenly your buddy's in danger. You know your buddy's not in danger. Basically, it was broken. It wasn't even implemented. It was worthless. They launched the game without a proper spawn system. It was a total joke. Look at that. Now I'm going under this little thing. These new maps really offer a lot better in the way of exploration and, you know, exploring the environment how you should be able to. But yeah, now that spawn timer system seems to work. It seems to be fixed. You're not spawning in when you expect not to spawn in, and you can spawn in when you think you should be able to. Now, it's not perfect. I've seen myself spawn in sometimes in danger, but in general, it feels right. It doesn't drive me crazy anymore because it seems logical. It seems to have a purpose. It doesn't seem random. So thank you for fixing that. It's just a huge load off the insanity that would try to bring me. Glad to see that fixed. Another massive plus in this patch is that the game just generally feels a lot more stable now. You spawn and it doesn't like twitch and show you some weird place off map. You run around and like everything just kind of works as you'd expect it. It feels like a finished game, whereas before, not so much. It was a big problem. Everything seemed unfinished because it was. But now things just seem stable. There seems to be a decent amount less lag. The game kind of runs more consistent how it should. Now this could be just, you know, me and my early impressions, and maybe things were just good tonight and everything could go to hell tomorrow. But for now, it seems like the game runs better, and that's pretty important too, I would say. So overall, I'd have to say this was a really good patch. It wasn't perfect. I knew it wouldn't address everything. I was just hoping it would make a significant change in how the game played, and it has. So that is really good news for fans of Medal of Honor and Warfighter and people who want to play this game. It may have come too late, unfortunately. I mean, I checked the numbers earlier today, and on PC it was down to just 477 people. That's really discouraging, and it's not surprising considering, you know, the state the game was left in for so long and how it released. I would like to see EA release at least one more substantial patch, fix the voice over IP completely once and for all, fix that collision detection on those maps that need it, and add some useful filters to the server browser. That would be nice. And also just generally smooth out the remaining rough edges. There's a lot I haven't talked about that I could talk about, but just keep polishing this game until it's what it really should be. It's getting there. There's progress that's been made. The patch is very good overall. The game is mostly fixed now, and it's very fun to play. I played it for hours and hours this morning and last night, and it was just all good all the time. And I haven't had that kind of experience with the game since launch at all. So I'm pretty enthused about this, and I think you guys should be too. So check it out. Patch is good.